plan. So
Davis got to close his window when we record because New York don't know how to be quiet.
stand up.
Yes.
Stand up. 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Plunge. Today is a day. Joining me, as always, is Riley T. Say what's up, dude.
Yo.
And newly, as always, back again, friend of all podcasts, Devious Dave himself, live from New York City.
Love me some podcasts out there. I've been having trouble playing with my hair in the camera because it's like reverse of what I'm doing. It's not like a mirror. It's fucking me all up. So my hair is just going to be a mess this whole podcast, and I'm really going to get upset. I might put a hat on. I'm going to put a hat.
To round out the lineup, we have Super Serious Paul, Brother Kyle, and I believe we have some accolades.
Ooh.
And
Did you tell me about?
I could. And I like
Please
to
do.
round out our lineup the way that we round out our lineup of accolades, because we are the number one potato podcast, your fourth favorite hosts on the East Coast, the number one religious equestrian podcast north of the Mason-Dixon line, the number one gay marriage podcast east of the Mississippi, the number one hockey podcast south of the border, the number one cumulonimbus podcast south of the stratosphere, and, as Kyle says it best, the number one skyscraper podcast. I need it from you, Kyle. That's you. That's your line. That's your cue.
In the trees.
It's in the trees, man.
I was like, I need to be more cued than that.
I need a nice big crescendo.
Introduction.
What's up, boys?
Kyle, shout out to when we were in middle school band together.
Yes,
Percussion.
where we first learned about crescendos.
Yeah, I was the 13th chair percussion player
Yeah.
out of 13.
Wow, you
And
suck.
then you got a
big-
concussion.
Dude, I was the third percussion seat, and I didn't even play drums.
Yeah, Kyle got to play the timpanis, right? Is that
I
what it's
did.
called?
Yeah, there were timpanis.
Timpanis.
So you got
is
to play
that
all
good at
three?
percussion.
The last
you first
instrument
chair?
I played was my
All
recorder.
three. What?
Were you first chair percussion?
No, two.
Two?
If you were first, you always played the snare. I didn't like the snare,
That's true.
so I went with two.
Snare.
Kyle chose to be number 2 to play his favorite
I
instrument.
definitely didn't choose to
That's
be number
respect.
two,
That's respect right there.
but that's just usually how it went.
Who was number 1?
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Was
I
it
got
Trevor?
nothing. I was-
Some little white kid.
No,
I
we
don't
went to
remember his
different
name.
schools.
Oh shit,
yeah,
Trevor did
I
go to
joined
my
it.
school.
I took piano class in 7th grade, and the teacher was like, "You're great at this. You should join the band." And I was like, "Okay." And
Okay.
really, she just wanted a fat kid to hold the bass drum in the parades. That's what it came down to.
Yeah, you need a kid with some girth that can carry the
Yeah.
weight of the drum. So you can't have a
Those
skinny
things
guy out
say-
there.
Literally, the only thing they let me play in the real performances, I was the triangle player probably half the time. The
He
cymbals,
played a lot of triangle.
the cymbals player about a quarter of the time, and then they would let me play the big bass drum because it's literally you just can't hear it. It's just going like whoa,
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
like it's just
Yeah.
background
The
noise.
entire time.
Yeah. So I'm just like dum, dum, dum.
You are the definition of simpletons because you just played the simplest instruments.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
could not fuck them
Oh
up.
yeah.
They didn't even give me things to hit with. I had things that smash. You know what my role was in the Christmas parade? I was the wood slapper. I had two
The
2x4s
wood slapper.
that I just
You were
slapped
the
together.
whip. That's not the
I
wood
was the
slappers.
whip.
That's the whip.
I was the whip. And you know what? The whip had a big responsibility because when you get da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da,
Yeah, exactly.
responsibility. And I almost fucked it up multiple times by dropping my 2x4s.
Dude, I played a mean recorder back in the day.
Isn't that the weirdest fucking thing that they make a bunch of like
Yes.
thinking back third
Yes.
was it third grade when you recorder a bunch of
Yep.
6 and 7 year olds
Play
like a
recorder.
plastic thing?
Yeah. Hot
You
Top
never
Five.
learned.
I
No.
never got that. They stopped that. I think your year, Davis.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get to play recorder.
That sucks.
Is that just a New Hampshire thing, or is that just a world
I think
thing
that's
that when you're
a
in third
worldwide.
I think it's a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
I think it's part of your GED is recorder.
Well, I
It's
think
just
it's what
small
it's second
subsection.
grade. It's second grade, and then for us, they introduced orchestra. You could take orchestra lessons in third grade. And I remember my mom bought me a violin and was like, "You're gonna do this for at least a year if I buy you a violin." And I was so bad at it that I did it for like 2.5 weeks. Now she's like, "You're gonna make it till at least Christmas." This is like a school year, so that's like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't like it. Halloween, I'm out.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Fuck
See
the
ya.
violin.
Dude,
Like,
I got
no way.
my
Look
one
at
and
these. I
only
got fat
instrument.
fingers. I can't play this string.
The one and only instrument I've ever owned was like it was like a plastic like intro to music like acoustic guitar, and it was probably like the third of the size of a real guitar, but it wasn't a ukulele, and
I was just about to say that's a ukulele.
wasn't a ukulele. It was like right in between a real guitar and a ukulele. It was just like this is for kids who are exploring their musical sexuality, and
I like they
I
gave you
found out it
a,
wasn't for me.
they gave you a schmedium.
Yes, they gave me a schmedium.
I tried to learn guitar for a hot second in college. I had a roommate who played, and I was like, "Will you teach me?" And then I learned down, 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 down,
Yep.
down, 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 and that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
So, do you have any like? So for me, I have one piano. Do you guys know any piano?
I do.
A little.
I took lessons for 2.5 years.
I know like 4. I used to know like 5 songs. Those 5 songs, I think they're down to like 1.5 now.
Oh yeah, you have Boston by Augustana.
Yeah, I
That's
have
all I
that
remember
down.
that you have.
But
Yeah.
like, there was a point where if I went back and practice it, I could play "Say Something" by A Great Big World, which just got me on the feels. I could play.
Okay.
What else can I play?
Any Rob
I
Thomas?
could play "The Scientist" by Coldplay. I was learning that right when I stopped.
No. Nice.
Let's go.
All I have like 6 notes.
You have
But
chopsticks.
I know the Harry. No, I have the Harry Potter intro. Dun 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 dun. You walk into any room and be like, yo, you got it. Because there's always random rooms that have a piano. You
Every
walk up to
college
that piano
campus
and you're like, every college dorm room just has random piano.
random. And I think
I
dorm
remember-
room?
the dorm room
I
are like the
remember
main the common areas. Every single one has a piano. I swear to God.
At my
Yep.
orientation, I had a buddy. He was like, "You make orientation friends because you're like, well, I know no one." So
Yeah.
like, this guy was standing in me in line during registration. I was like, "You're my friend now."
Yeah.
And so he was my orientation pal, and I guess he was just like nasty at piano. He was like, "Yeah, I know like everything by Billy Joel, like John Mayer. I can do a bunch of songs." And I was like, so it was late night one of the nights. Everyone's hanging out in the common room because you're like, this is your first ever experience of college. And I was like, "Bro, hop on that piano. Everyone's gonna fuck
Yeah.
love it." He was so self-conscious. He's like, "No, dude, I can't hop on." I was like, "Go up there and play any song that most people would know." And after like an hour, I finally convinced him to do it, and it turned into just a sing-along.
Love that. See, that's what I
Love
imagined.
to see that.
That's what I was practicing piano for around that time, because I was like, I'm gonna be the guy who's in the dorm common room, and I'm just gonna start shredding piano and serenading all these 18-year-old girls. Huh?
He wanted to be Campfire Wonderwall guy, but for college
I
dorm.
wanted to be that guy in the dorm, and I quickly learned I was not that guy.
No,
This
with
is
that
not for me.
attitude, damn.
Well, I can't. I mean, if I go back to college freshman dorms now and start playing piano,
That'd be hilarious.
They'd be like, "Why are you here?"
Who the fuck is
who is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy?
I think I can still play Fear Elise, Green Sleeves.
Fucking try hard.
Well, dude,
Wait,
I took
Davis.
lessons for so long.
Davis, doesn't your
You're
brother
so
go to college
cool.
next year?
My brother does go to college next year.
This is your
He's-
time. You can
I-
help him move in and then
Hey,
go
there you
hop on
go.
the piano in the common room.
I will live vicariously through him.
He's like,
Probably
"Oh yeah,
He doesn't even
Look
know where he's
around
going yet, so he's gonna figure out where he's
around
going first.
this can all be yours." And then you just hop on a piano and bust out, "Going back to Boston."
Dad. Oh, who's the new guy? Oh, that's some freshman's brother. He's like 23. They gonna start it over. They gonna get it over.
Podcast? I don't know.
Yeah, he's a friend of some podcast. He lives in the city doing
Of
theater
some.
shit.
I introduced you as the friend of all podcasts.
All podcasts. That
Don't
is
sell
true.
yourself short.
I am friend of every podcast.
Except that comedian dude's podcast. If he has one, fuck that guy.
No. Except the Gore Score.
No, I was
podcast.
just gonna say
Except the Gore
you
Score.
stepped on my line. I was gonna say I'm friend of all podcasts besides the Gore Score podcast, and yes, that comedian's podcast as well. Because one, he wasn't funny, and two, he was just
fuck
angry.
you, Kevin.
He was just angry. You should,
I like how we still say "fuck you, Kevin" 70 episodes later.
yeah.
He's the one guy who we remember. Like,
Fuck you,
You
Kevin.
remember
He
the
didn't
people
do
you hated?
anything wrong to us either. That was the funniest part. He was nothing but pleasant.
We
to us.
just didn't
But we've
like
had
Kevin.
like 3 people be like, "Man, I hated that guy." We're like, you know what? Fuck you, Kevin.
Well, he kind of came off.
ripped off
He
everyone.
came off as he was the funniest comedian in the whole goddamn world. If you watch any of his stand up, I'm like, when's the punchline?
He has recorded stand up.
Yeah,
You're joking.
I would hope so.
I'm sorry. Sorry, what's the question?
No, it's just I don't believe you. He isn't funny enough to have a special.
He doesn't have specials. Just like someone recording for him through like an iPhone.
It's just iPhone videos of
you
this
have-
dude.
iPhone videos. It's on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel.
We're
Yeah.
on YouTube.
So what I'm hearing is you and Kevin are the same level caliber of comedian. You both have
And
someone's
I'm
iPhone
funnier.
recording.
Well, I haven't, and Hunter is the funniest. Oh, that's a
Yes.
deep neck
If
scratch
you
right
learned
there.
anything from your stand-up routine, it's that Hunter's the funniest.
Yeah.
Team Hunter.
My stand up is fucking great.
Right. Are
Can
you
you show us
still
right-
doing
Yeah, I was
that?
gonna say, hit me with one.
What's up
I
with
wanna-
all this airplane food? That was my imitation of Davis ripping off jokes.
Jerry Seinfeld's not funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say this isn't the '90s anymore.
I don't know if anyone else heard what I just said. That was the actual joke.
I didn't hear.
Are you
it.
done?
I didn't.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I'm
you
done.
done?
I'm done.
You done? Fucking Oompa Loompa.
So Davis, you're back.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Let's not
Like,
jump.
we're still in contract negotiations.
We're,
But-
well, that's. Did you not see the update?
We don't know. See, that's the perfect thing. No one knows.
Well, the report
all
just
just
came
a-
out, but yes, no one knows.
Oh, it did? What happened?
We traded Price and Betts to LA for a shortstop and outfielder.
Oh, it went through now. Finally,
Went through. It's confirmed now. Yeah. So he's gone.
well,
But
much like Mookie Betts.
much like Mookie Betts, I'm looking for a lot more money than you guys are willing to pay for a lot less work than you guys are expecting me to do.
We don't offer anything.
So that's where we're at right now, I guess, is where we're just negotiating. I'm doing this just to get the word out to the fans.
And in your negotiations.
So what that comes down to is, we via popular demand, and Bobby Moore.
Bobby
We
Moore.
at Plunge HQ are willing to offer you a max cap contract.
You tried to use sports terms. I give you a tip of my cap. I give it your best.
You tried to use.
According to the collective bargaining agreement, that is 1 pack of Trident gum for every freelance appearance that you would be willing to make, and it will be sent to you via the lowest form of the U.S. postal system.
So Stewie just walking it.
Stewie walks to and from New York.
Davis, what we can offer you is every single one of Stewie's 4-for-4s that he owes us.
Ooh.
Can I also vie for this contract? I would like
Whoa,
a
you can't
extension.
take my contract
Yeah,
because
no,
then
no,
because then I'll get yours. I don't
Yeah.
want your contract.
Yeah, my contract sucks. I got covered in peanut butter and didn't get any 4-for-4s.
No,
You got
no,
me. I'm like 19 4-for-4s in a human
You're like-
form.
You're like a 5x5.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You're like a
5-for-5.
Five for five.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking bourbon, Kyle.
Very nice.
Makes very
Sorry, I
nice.
got
So
you.
adult.
A nice whiskey glass. No, as soon as Kyle said that, I was intrigued.
I spent my
It's
entire.
nice looking, right?
I've spent like 9 hours today in my bathroom. Not
I
even in
saw
the.
that. I saw that. You're really doing some damage in there.
I spent a lot of money this week.
Isn't that a Red Sox thing? Are you staying on brand?
On brand.
What?
What, ruining your bathroom?
I don't know anymore.
I am so confused.
Hunter's pissing me off now because he said something that wasn't part of the conversation, and then when we asked him about it, he's just sitting there in silence playing with his water bottle.
I'm just here to cause chaos.
Wait, we're on contract negotiations.
Right.
So Davis, we'd like to bring you in on an every other week contract,
Okay.
and the pay is Stewie's 4 for 4s that he owes us for every non-produced episode, which is all of them.
That's a lot.
I'm not going to go on. I'm not going to go on record via.
This is the record.
And give you a confirmed answer, but I'm gonna post episode. I'm gonna mail this over with my people, and we're gonna figure out what's best.
Bring it back to your team.
I'm his people.
Figure it out. I'll probably just
think this over with my camp.
Yep. And we're just gonna try to make the best decision for the organization and for myself. The longevity of podcasting career is shortening this day and age, so we have to think about, you just gotta make business decisions about
you gotta weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah, weigh the pros and cons, and so me and my team, we're gonna try to figure it out, and but we will get back to you with an answer very soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I am his agent, and we will be taking the offer shortly.
Hunter live tweets during the episode. Contract has been signed. I find out via Twitter. So, I guess I'm on.
Doesn't know how to do shitty Photoshop well enough yet.
True. He's admitted that.
So we met up with you last week.
That was so much fun.
That
was so much fun.
Met up with you down at the Inner Circle podcast meetup down in Jersey. That was a great day. I'm glad you were able to make it.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
It made
me happy to be able to pick you up and bring you down, meet all the guys, and just spend the day with you. It's been a while.
And you it was interesting the way you said it on when we were on CNPC 200. Shout out CNPC.
Shout out 27 rings. You know what the fuck it is.
Shout out all podcasts to the Inner Circle Network. This is your best friend giving you the shout out. DV Stave, friend of all podcasts. You said on CNPC, you said, in terms of Davis, he is just coming down here because he's a friend. But I was just coming to hang out with a friend who's hanging out with his podcast buddies, which is essentially what it kind of was for me. Except I kind of knew Adam, but I didn't really know any of the
people. Yeah,
you knew of them, and I knew their names.
Yeah, it's like when you hang out with one of your buddies, and he's hanging out with an entirely different group of friends from like maybe the other school across town.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what it was.
Literally kids from the other school, and he's hanging out with them today.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I don't know.
And those guys are all so cool, and that was just a awesome weekend. And it is really cool. The network that the Plunge is become a part of, Inner Circle it's just cool how this whole thing kind of formed, and just to see it come to fruition, sitting there with all those guys on the CNPC 200 was just
the fact we were able to bring together the entire circle was nuts. So if you guys don't know, our last week's episode was me and Hunter driving to the meetup.
Yeah, talking about Riley jerking off acoustically.
Analog.
That's what it was.
Acoustic also works though. Acoustic jerking off.
Acoustic
Kyle,
masturbation.
Do you acoustically jerk off?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Use your brain.
Why are you guys weird?
Dude, you gotta just jerk off the rip, baby.
You literally have access to zettabytes of porn.
Hold on.
You choose to look at a shittily painted wall.
Someone clarify for me what's going on.
Davis, I want you to guess what analog jerking off is.
Well, someone said acoustic, so is it acoustic or analog?
Either or.
I'm guessing it's masturbation.
It's not digital.
I'm guessing it's just masturbation without any media source. You're just using your thoughts.
That was very eloquently put.
Bingo.
Shout out thoughts.
This is why we're giving you a max contract.
a max non-negotiable
max cap contract. Franchise.
Super football contract words related to sports.
Shane also has strong opinions on the analog jerking off. I'm calling him in here.
Who's this?
Yes, but roommate Shane has strong opinions.
Oh,
about
look at him.
analog jerking off as well. Shane, what are your thoughts on analog jerking off? Do you think it's weird? Do you think
It's weird, but we also know he's thinking of some fucked up shit when he's just using his imagination. He says it's normal stuff. No way.
That's
I
fair.
don't believe you.
That's fair.
You're thinking about having some girl that you had nice vanilla sex with doing the craziest thing you could imagine. That's the only way you could
This
have.
guy's like a preacher right now. Just speaking.
shout out roommate Shane?
I love the use of the word vanilla, man. That was awesome. Hey,
Is
you left
Shane
me
just
hang.
in his underwear?
Right.
No, Shane wears short shorts most of the time. It's sick.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Listen, he's not wrong. Sometimes you picture the former bland sex you've had, like those partners, and you're like, yeah,
You just
kind
kind
of fucking tied up and shit. Yeah.
let's just boost it up a few levels. Let's turn the volume up on this.
But that also
Exactly.
means that you are fantasizing about people that you know, because typically you see one
not?
person once and you don't remember all of their specific details. But if you interact with someone on a daily basis, you do, and you think of their voice, you think of their body, you think of various other things that you would only get from knowing them quasi in depth.
Well, that's what imagination.
You're
does.
creepy as fuck.
That's
You
what
are
imagination-
creepy
How is
because you're
What?
married.
You put.
When
Oh, that's what this is about.
You have a
You're right.
girlfriend.
Put it on the table.
You
why
have
don't
a
you?
girlfriend,
True.
and I'm the problem. Fuck you.
I just love how I can look at Riley's camera and it says happy 6-week anniversary, and they're just having a huge fight right now.
Yeah, Esquire here, reporting in on
Reported in
Riley and Hunter's
not
marriage
going
that
well.
is falling apart.
Trouble
I'm
in
falling
paradise.
apart.
It's just a minor squabble.
Back on track. Hunter, you also met most of the guys. So how was the meetup for you?
It's pretty cool. I like that when I walked in the door, Bobby Moore picked me up and gave me a big hug. And then I got to meet two of my favorite people that I had never interacted before.
Being
I can't fucking talk. Being Kaz in the lunchbox himself, Mr. Christopher Wutzke.
Christian.
Did you end up watching Psych at all? I knew that was
You
your
did
plan.
watch
I
Psych.
would like to know the
But-
details of
alright,
it.
so
Dude,
Hunter-
it's a long
I
story.
personally haven't heard anything since you guys.
I
were
got too
playing.
fucked up and went to bed.
Hunter passed the fuck out. I got it. So we're recording a pod. So pretty much we parted ways at the end of the night. So Bobby took half of them back to his house, and Hunter was included in the plans for that. And then half of us stayed at Adam's. And I got a text like an hour later. We're recording a bonus episode of HT Nos. And Joe goes, "We lost Hunter." I was like, "What the fuck do you mean we lost Hunter?" And then I say that, and he doesn't answer. And I was like, "Is Hunter just missing? What if he drove them
Hello?
Like-
Hello?
He drove them.
I was in his car.
Yeah, well, that was also he took my car to Bobby's house. So I was like, "What do you mean he's missing?"
Where's my car, first of all?
Yeah, and then I get a photo of Hunter cheeked up, passed out on the couch with a one of those fleece blankets, but it is so smoothly attached to his body in form fitting.
Like,
round
it's
ass.
like-
Do you know
Dude,
why?
I've been analoging to that shit for weeks. 'Cause that's how cheeked up you were.
Did anyone tell you why I was all cheeked up and not just under a blanket?
He's been analoging.
because you farted and the resuck kind of sucked the blanket right to your cheeks.
No, Bobby Moore watched me get up because I got up without saying really anything. I think I got up and said, "I'm really tired." And then I just laid on his couch and then attempted to start going to sleep. And then Bobby Moore just was like, "It's okay, Hunt. It's okay, Hunt. Look, I'll get you a blanket. I got a homie home. I want you to feel at home because you're my homie." And just saying things like that. Like he was just being a good host and he
So-
tucked me in. And I have never felt safer.
He's such a homie.
I've never felt more safe and cared about and protected than when I was in Bobby Moore's arms.
Dude, when I hugged Adam, when I met him for the first time in person after talking to him for 2 months, I'd say I felt like I was hugging someone I've known for 20 years.
Yeah,
It was
That's
just
the
this guy is my person.
yeah.
I was gonna say I've never once met him, but
You've
I've met him many times because you always FaceTime
Yeah.
him. during podcasts, and he seems like a guy I would meet and I would just instinctively hug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
He's just a
that's-
huggable guy.
So me and Hunter came prepped. We showed up late because Hunter had class that Friday, so we didn't leave till 5. On Friday night, we have to drive through 3 major cities to get there. We somehow didn't
terrible.
hit a lick of traffic. We
How?
got there.
I couldn't believe it.
We got to Southern Jersey in 5 hours.
No shit.
When leaving at 5 p.m.
Usually that would take you another 3.
hours,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
getting
like
another 2 to 3 hours, like 8 hours
I was sitting in
driving.
class at like 10 p.m. and I'm thinking those guys left at like 5:30. They're probably midway through Connecticut, like maybe just reaching into New York. And Hunter sends me a Snapchat, and he's like passing through the Bronx, and I'm like,
Yeah.
That was before we got there at
That's
10
some
on
really
That was
the
at
good
dot.
9.
that was at 9.
around
That was
9.
at 9. Yeah, that was at 9. I was like, how did you get here in 4 hours?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
we got there in under 5 hours.
It was
Which
insane.
was hilarious because I don't remember most of the drive because me and Hunter podcasted for 2 of it. So that time flew, and by the end of the podcast, I'm like, oh shit, we're in New York.
Well, there you go.
I remember I was looking down because I was checking something on the laptop, and then I just heard, "Oh shit, we're in New York," and I looked up and went, "Really?"
Yeah,
That's some really good time.
it was fun though.
It was fun.
What was I saying? Yeah, Adam. So me and Hunter, we got there late, and everyone was already there. They got there earlier in the day. So me and Hunter had a speaker, and we played our podcast intro music,
Yeah.
blasting from the speaker, and just went sprinting into the house with the whole song playing.
That's badass.
Adam's the first one I see. He turns around, stops what he's doing entirely, just goes, "Oh shit!" Gives us the biggest hug I've ever had.
That's
It was
awesome.
great. Like I love those guys. It was so awesome seeing them, even if for a short period
Yeah.
of time, like down for 20 hours.
Seeing Jason climb on his car back at Adams when we
That
pulled
was
up after
so
lunch.
funny.
That was like, because like that was the only one I've actually met before. So I
And
was
Joe
like,
B.
And Joey B. That's right, and Joe B. But I was like, damn, like I was kind of upset that Jason wasn't there, and you guys were like, we don't know if he's coming or not. And then we pull up, and he's just there in his car, and he's been sitting there for like an hour eating edibles, waiting for us to come back.
It was awesome. I did, however. So Hunter, you heard about this, right? I got really drunk. We tried to play catch up. So I drank
Ketchup?
we tried to play everyone when we got there was hammered because
You
they
tried
had
to
been
play-
drinking.
I'm
all-
drinking-
I thought you meant ketchup, like the condiment. I was like, what the fuck? No, I don't know. Play ketchup.
Yeah. So we were
Did you say
playing
you want to get covered in ketchup, bud? We can do that.
Next
Ketchup,
year.
baby. Next
Ketchup,
year.
Yes.
Ketchup, baby.
I
like that.
today for the
For $2,000, I'll do mayonnaise, baby.
Oh,
Mayonnaise.
Oh.
I like mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise,
I'll
baby.
spread
Then we'll sit you in the back of a
Mexico.
car in July.
Mayonnaise.
a
No,
few
we-
jars
You
ahead.
gotta cover him in mayonnaise, and then he's gonna. Sit
I don't
in the
know if
back
I
of
can
the
do
other
mayonnaise.
car
I might
for an
yak.
hour in the middle of the July.
I can do
Ugh.
ketchup, but not mayonnaise.
Oh, so I'm at Bobby's, or no, I'm at Adam's. and
Bobby.
I got hammered in a really quick amount of time. Like I probably drank like a half bottle of bourbon to just catch up in like an hour and a half. So we finished the podcast and we're all getting ready to go to bed, and I just cannot close my eyes without like spinning.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. Fuck that.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna go chill in the bathroom. You just do the sit on the toilet, and you're like, well, maybe something will come out of any of the holes.
You
I did that
pull your
too.
pants down,
I
you
did
sit on the
that too.
toilet, and you're like, I'm ready to keel over and throw up into it, or I'm already
Yeah.
ready to poop if needed.
You're like, something's gonna come out of one of the holes.
Eventually.
I don't have a feeling towards any of them. I'm just here and ready.
We're just
Mhm.
And
we're prepping.
So I'm just on my phone, and I put my hand on my head, like I put my hand like just right in the cheek, and I fall asleep for about an hour and a half on the toilet.
Nothing came out during this hour and a half.
No. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I should be good to lay down, like go lay down on the floor. I was planning a floor sleep at this point. I was like, I can't sleep on any sort of mattress because I'll still spin, but the floor,
Yeah.
The drug floor is
DiGiorno.
undefeated.
It's not delivery.
So I go to leave, and I grab his door handle, and boop, pop, it comes off.
Now, did he
And I'm just
warn you about this? Did he warn you about this beforehand? No. Okay, so
No.
that's on
So-
him. That's on
What
him.
happened was I guess he had warned everyone else earlier in the day. He was like, "Hey, don't close the door because the door handle doesn't work." We showed up super late. We didn't get this warning. So it's now 2:30, 2:45 in the morning. And I've fallen asleep already. Like when I went to the bathroom, there was like 3 people awake. But I was in there for like an hour and a half because I fell asleep.
So no one knew he was in there.
Yeah, I fell asleep on the toilet. So everyone else by this time was asleep.
Oh my
But
god.
then I realized, so I text Kaz, and he's out cold. And I'm starting to panic. And I was like, wait, Bobby Light. Bobby Light's a savage and plays video games. all night.
Versace Jedi, Bobby Light.
Jedi. So I DM him on Twitter from the Plunge account and go, let me find the exact message. Yes, it's 2:28 in the morning. I go, yo, I'm stuck in Adam's bathroom. He goes, that's hot.
That's hot.
I go, please help. He shows up in a satin robe, like a kimono.
Oh shit.
Versace, by the way.
Versace satin kimono, and just lets me out. And he
Oh,
just starts
jeez.
laughing. I was like, I'm going to bed.
Meh.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I walk out. Kaz is unconscious, just
Oh,
like
jeez.
sprawled out. Everyone
In the
else is
CPAP machine.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, then I woke up the next day. It was fun. It was a fun time.
We didn't
then
find-
we got to come back we got to come back and do the penguin plunge.
I can't believe you guys did that. I think one of you sent me a Snapchat of you guys at like 8 a.m. I got a Snapchat from one of you getting back to New Hampshire at like 3, and then one of you
We
sent
got
me another
back at
Snapchat.
3:30.
And then
Yeah,
you guys
we
were
got-
in Hampton at like 8:30 a.m. and I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that was
Like,
gross.
Like,
Yeah, I
geez.
was up by yeah, Hunter almost killed us because
Let me
I
tell
drove-
you though, I got
Yeah.
so far on an empty tank.
Yeah.
We got to
not the
basic-
car, but you as a
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's why I said you're very full of fuel.
we got to basically the southern New Hampshire border, right?
You got to like mid-mass.
Okay, I get to mid-mass, but I drove from like just over the Connecticut border all the way through to about mid-mass.
Damn.
And this was after we had drank a little bit, or I had drank a little bit, so I slept on the way back. And
I drove. So we dropped Davis off in the Bronx or in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
Hunter texted me what you said after you pulled up to my place. I will not repeat. I will not repeat.
I forgot about that.
I won't repeat that what you said, but I was like, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we dropped him off, and then I drove another. Probably, I wanted to get out of New York before we switched over.
We might
So I
not have
drove-
gotten out of New York, but we definitely got out of New York City.
No, I made sure we got out of New York before I handed it over to you. So then because you were napping and stuff, so I drove probably the first 2 hours, and then you drove like 2. I napped. I woke up a couple times to you just like.
Dude, it was rough. It was rough. I was.
I was
Riley-
like, I just want to rest.
Riley wakes up from a nap and Hunter's just at the wheel, just
Yeah.
just snoozing away.
Dude,
It was
I
the
was
most
straight up doing the
rest of
soldier
my
boy.
eyes. Yeah, so at one point, I stayed up at one point because I was like, all right, I'll stay up with Hunter, like listen to a podcast or something. And then I was like, he just kept being like, all right, the next rest stop, we're gonna switch.
But it
We
was
just-
like 40 minutes later.
Oh, really? You
There
didn't
just
find one?
wasn't a rest stop. Like
So-
we drove for like 30 minutes, and I was like, dude, just pull over. It's 3.
I remember
It's like,
it was
no one on the road. Just pull
It was
over.
2:50 in the morning. I said at 2 at the next rest stop we can switch. And then almost an hour later, I was legitimately like, you ever see the Tom and Jerry thing where Tom tapes his eyes open?
Yeah.
That was me. And then Riley just goes, pull over. Just pull over on the
Yeah.
highway. There's no one here.
No, you'd
Get
be
out.
fine. But dude, like literally driving drowsy or like falling asleep at the wheel is one of the worst. And like it's frustrating.
Yeah,
It is
because
so
you fight it.
frustrating.
You fight it with everything you have.
You're fighting so hard, but it is winning. That's the worst part. It's winning.
Slap, the
You-
sing, the rolled the window.
Like I can't tell you. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've done it, and I've pulled up to a stoplight, and the lady next to me is just seeing me just slap the shit out of my face, like take my water bottle, just get it in my eyes, like just blare.
Over the
music.
summer,
Like
Riley got mad at me because I put the air conditioner on super high to keep myself awake so that I was cold and wouldn't feel
time
safe.
I drove back from Jersey, it was like midnight to 5 a.m. drive. So we're both.
I've had the shit part both times.
I did half of the drive home.
This last time, the last time you and me were up for the same amount of time, but you drove in the morning and I drove after being awake for almost a full day.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Yeah, the last time we did it, Hunter puts the fucking AC on full. So I'm taking a nap. I'm like asleep trying to rest up to take over the last. And I'm like hypothermic. I'm like, what the fuck?
And Hunter's just there. I'm trying to stay awake.
Summer,
Dude,
though, so
I was
in a-
not even shivering.
It was midsummer though, so I had a tank top on and shorts.
Dude, my buddy, he popped 2 Adderalls and drove overnight. He drove all of us from UNH to Myrtle Beach. 17 hours, didn't stop.
Oh my
From
god!
from 8 p.m. to like 10 a.m. the next day. Just drove us
Holy shit.
straight to the beach.
14
And then,
hours, Chief.
is it 14 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, 14 hours. Then. I mean, no, it was near then we got there at noon then, because it doesn't take 14 hours to get to Myrtle Beach. It takes a little longer, like 16, I'd say. So we got there around like noon, and I asked, like, we're standing on the beach, and I'm looking at him like, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm great." He just looked completely. He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he stayed it the whole day. He didn't sleep at all. He just stayed it the whole day. I couldn't believe it.
What a fucking legend!
It was.
I was
It
always
was.
jealous growing up of my brothers because one of them had ADD and one had ADHD, and they both had Adderall. And because of that, they were both like skinny and had Adderall. And I was a fat kid who also like I have decent like I have pretty bad ADD like occasionally where I'm one of the always moving people. Like I'd never still, and I was like, I just want that. I just want a prescription.
Give me drugs.
Give me
This
drugs.
isn't fair. I got my mom's metabolism, and I don't even get the fucking Adderall. But the plunge, the penguin plunge.
Penguin
to be
plunge.
exact.
Pegu plung.
How cold
God,
was that
Hunter.
water? Was it
Hunter.
colder than you expected?
Yeah, he was
No,
cheeked
It
up.
wasn't that bad.
I was all cheeked up. I was all sorts of cheeked up last weekend.
Like last weekend was a big cheeks weekend for you.
Cheeks weekend. Your booty was popping.
Yeah.
No, last weekend was awesome. Like it was one of the better weekends I've had in a while where it was just stuff we had been planning for so long. It had been in the works for like a year, over a year on some of this. And it all came together in one weekend, which was very overwhelming, but also really fucking cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, like we've had too much shit to post. I bet the Instagram's never been more active.
Oh yeah, I still gotta post those photos that you sent me. I still gotta put those up there with a sweet caption.
Yeah,
to get a few likes and recognition.
Fake internet points.
Shout out to Dave. Go check him out at Dave Wake Up on Instagram. It's the Waking Up from Work podcast. It's Dave Swillem. He's an awesome dude. His little brother has competed in the Special Olympics before, and he's part of our podcast New Hampshire family, and he really wanted to jump on board. He signed up with 8 days to go and still fundraised, I think $250, which was awesome. The minimum. The minimum was $350, and pretty much we told him like we have extra, like don't worry about it. Try to get. We pretty much told him like if you can get like 150, we can cover the rest for you. And he ended up getting like 250. It was awesome. On like short notice, 8 days. He said he was gonna. Yeah, so he did the dive with us. It was awesome. He recorded some GoPro footage, so we have the GoPro footage now, which is hilarious because you see me and just Dave at the very end hold hands.
Just Dave.
And then right when we hit the water, you see me trip on my penguin costume and just face plant the water.
Oh jeez.
I like the best part about not even like Hunter's Speedo, but his trot into the water. His trot into the water with his Speedo. You definitely practiced that. You definitely rehearsed that. Yeah, he's just like
talk about me and a Speedo.
Talking about
those called out. I
You
feel
wanted
called
to
out.
look jacked when you ran in because your posture was.
Dude, you're
fully
just the
upright.
posture's up.
Yeah, you were
No, it was cold. And
yeah.
I was just
Oh,
head
yeah.
up because I was trying to generate heat. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, yeah, not Jim Hunter wanting to show off. Yeah, perfect posture. Hunter running towards with his chest out and his ass popping.
Big boy.
I'm top
Hunter-
heavy. I don't do legs.
Dude,
Both
those cheeks,
of
them.
those cheeks say otherwise.
The thing I didn't know about Hunter was he did a front flip
that?
into the water. First one to go entirely under because I ate shit entirely.
I was the last one because I was going for flair.
Mm.
What is going?
Punching the bag.
Oh,
This Breaking the Podcast is brought to you by Devious Dave, friends of all podcasts. Back to you, Riley.
Yeah, so yeah, Hunter went for flair. I didn't notice it till the videos came out after because I ate shit. Dave ate shit with me very soon, and then Hunter ran past us and then went like another 10 feet into the water and just did a front flip and flew away.
I didn't say anything to anyone until Dave was like, "Yeah, Hunter did a fucking front flip," and Riley just goes, "Hunter did a front flip," and I was like, "Yeah, man."
It was awesome.
in a speedo.
Yeah, and so then when I went back and looked at the footage, I like looked for it. I actively sought it out. I was like, "Where's Hunter? Where's Hunter?" And then you just see that fine speedoed ass go flying through
That
the air.
chiseled
Go fucking
cheek
ass over tea kettle.
Yes.
ass over tea kettle.
Woo! Looking good.
It was a fun event though. We went there in the morning. We got there pretty early. Just Dave did an all-time terrible person move, by the way.
What did he
I can't wait
do?
to hear this one.
So pretty much what happened was I think we were $20 short of 2,000.
Oh shit.
So we had a lot between the four of us. And how it happened was essentially normally you fundraise to one individual page, like each person would post their own.
Yep.
But because of our stream, we all had it kind of in bulk. Technically, all the money was on mine, and then we transferred it out. So just Dave had an extra 50 for some reason in his account. So when I sent him the 350 from my account to be good, it pushed him over some certain threshold that he then got.
I forgot about this.
They pretty much had incentive prizes. You know when you did like chocolate like sales?
Yeah, you
in
hit a
elementary
certain
school?
amount.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can get moon shoes if you sell this many like
Moon sand.
God, moon shoes at
I know exactly what he's fucking talking
You sell 8,000 candy bars, you get a green machine.
Dude.
So, because of that, me and Dave both qualified for some incentive thing where you could either get like $50 in gift cards to a couple places. You could get this waterproof backpack, or you could, what's it called? You
Sponsor.
contributed. You sponsored an athlete in the summer games.
Oh, and I'm guessing I'm gonna guess right off the bat he didn't go with C.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna guess he didn't go with option C there.
it's an event for the Special Olympics. You're fundraising money for the Special Olympics at this. All right, I'll sponsor an athlete. Like that's where you know, like it's a backpack. I don't care about backpack. So
Seems like a
any normal any moral person would.
with a normal brain. Like the lady asked me, she's like, "Would you like gift cards, the backpack, or to sponsor an athlete?" And I was like, "Sponsor an athlete." Like, sure. And
They even when they present it to you, they even say it. They say it in that tone of voice. They're like, "Oh, do you want gift cards? Do you want this? Or would you like to sponsor an athlete?" Like they really put emphasis on the one they're trying to sell.
when you're checking out at CVS, it's like, do you want to donate the rest of your bill to up to $1 to give 85 cents to the children's hospital, or do you want to not do that and be a terrible person? They kind of threw that. It was kind of those vibes, where they're like, yeah, you want to do this thing that'll cost you 17 cents, or you want to be a not good person.
They bait you into it.
Yeah.
They really do.
So I didn't notice. I knew me and Dave had the choice at these, and that was it.
I
So,
didn't.
Yeah, you didn't because I forgot, and I should have given you more because I had a bunch extra on mine. Because
Yeah, you had 800. I had 350.
I could have given you an
Big
extra
difference.
$50. Wait, what? Were you gonna also take the backpack? 'Cause you're
No,
not
he would have
the
taken the
person-
gift cards.
Yeah, my
He was
man.
gonna take those gift cards. He was praying one of them was the KFC Taco Bell. He was gonna munch.
Oh, so I don't even notice though, because we at this booth you kind of go to. It's kind of individual based, like it's not through the
Yeah.
team. So like you have for each person,
Mhm.
and we're walking back. So this was at a different building where they hosted everything, and we're walking back. We're getting ready to take a promo video because I was like, all right, we wanted to make some videos for next year's live stream because it's like, hey guys, we're here at the yada yada yada. This is what your money goes to, yada, you know. And I looked down and I noticed Dave has this Special Olympics backpack that's like waterproof.
That stupid son of a bitch. Like
And
instead
I'm
of
like, "Dave."
sponsoring an athlete, wait, it was a Special Olympics bag.
Backpack.
Yeah, it's
What a
and I
fucking
looked down like, "Dave, you
savage.
took the waterproof bag?" He goes, "Yeah, isn't this thing sick?" I'm like, "Dude, you didn't sponsor an athlete?" He's like, "No, I got this bag."
Look at this bag.
I was like, "What are you gonna use that for?" He's like, "I don't know, keeping things dry."
Keeping shit
Oh my
dry.
God.
It's dry, man.
That's exactly what he said too. I don't know, keeping shit dry.
I was at that
that's-
moment, I was like, "Dave, you're the
Oh my
funniest person I
God.
know and the worst person
That's
I
so,
know."
dude. Have you seen this?
Dude, but like, yeah, I could sponsor an athlete, but have you seen this bag? And it's waterproof. Like, come on.
You keep stuff dry.
I half wanted him to bring it with him for the actual dive into the water. Like, at least make use out of it. Like,
Yeah, at least prove that it was worth it by proving that it's waterproof.
I mean, what if the zipper broke like the jacket you got?
yeah. All right, well, let's.
Riley, all I know is we have to incorporate that waterproof bag into his punishment somehow. We have to make him.
love
We
it.
have to incorporate this into his punishment.
Yeah.
We should make him take a shit in it and leave it for a week.
Talked about so Just Dave lost our fantasy football league, and his punishment is we're trying to make it that he has to go to a nudist camp.
Yeah,
for a
That's
weekend.
my favorite.
That's
That'd be
the
funny
best.
if he he could pack.
He can
his
only
things
bring
for
the
weekend
backpack.
in his bag.
Only bring the
And that's the
backpack.
only thing. His backpack.
Yep.
And everyone who asks him about the backpack, he has to tell them he participated.
I can't wait for him because we're all planning on going and volunteering at the actual summer games.
When are
I
the
can't
games?
wait for him. I don't
In
know.
the summer.
That'd be so
Oh
sick.
shit,
dude.
Hunter.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
I can't wait for him to bring his bag. Be like, look, guys.
I
He
took the
looks over at the
bag.
sideline. Yeah, he looks over
This
at the
kid on the
sideline.
kid on the sideline who can't participate.
Yeah, they
But
can't
thank God he got a
participate.
bag.
I'm happy you got your bag.
Yeah. This kid's like, man, I would have got gold in the 50-meter sprint, but because of that guy,
He just needed his bag.
It starts drizzling at the games. Well, everyone who needs stuff to stay dry, put it in my waterproof bag.
So Dave's like, I came prepared and doesn't offer it to anybody else.
No, yeah, he definitely. He's like, you guys should have brought better. You guys should have came more prepared for the weather.
northeastern monsoon comes in. Dave's like, don't you wish you had a bag right now?
Looks like
This bag was a pretty good idea, huh?
yeah.
He's like, oh, he somehow fits my sponsored athlete into his bag. He's like, oh, now who's winning?
Fuck you,
I
Dave.
have no fucking words. That kid is such a legend.
He really is. Like I think Just Dave is, for people who don't know this individual, when you hear Just Dave, it just does not describe him any way whatsoever. Like he's anything but Just Dave.
I have him saved as Big Daddy D in my phone.
Oh, same. Big Daddy Dave. His Big Daddy D in my phone.
Did that for the longest time.
His profile photo is the picture with him with the llama
I refer
in
to
the
him
Brady
as-
jersey.
He's just.
I might change his contact name to Big Daddy Dick just so that I'm different from both of you.
for taking that bag,
Big Daddy waterproof bag.
which makes him a dick.
So it was really cool. It was a really it was a really eye-opening event. I think that we were able to spend the whole day there. We met a lot of cool people. We met we met up with the lady we've been interacting with, who kind of helped us
Oh, that's cool.
fundraise and gave us a bunch of stuff to give away and stuff.
That's awesome.
I didn't know who she was until 10 minutes after that because I was like, who the fuck are they talking to? Do they know her? And then Riley
Also-
just leads and goes, yeah, that's the woman. I was like, ah.
Also, shout out to like
woman.
30 episodes ago. We interviewed my buddy Nico, a local street photographer, and on that episode, we were like, he mentioned that he worked for Hampton Beach and he photographs their events and stuff. And we're like, hey, you should do the Penguin Plunge event. And he goes, oh, well, that's a private event, but sometimes they send us to the private events as well. Pretty much he does the public events, like the events that are open, that are
makes
technically
sense.
ran by Hampton Beach.
Yeah.
He's like, no, sometimes we do the events there. And I'm walking around in a fucking penguin suit.
Yep.
And I look over and I see Nico. I'm like, yo, you came. And he's like, yeah, dude. He said, like,
take some pictures of me in my penguin suit.
yeah. So then I was like, I did like a pose in the penguin suit. And then later on, he took a photo of me and Hunter. So shout out Nico. Go check out No L.
Was Hunter in a Speedo?
Hunter was not going to
go.
be in a Speedo on the beach all day with his chest out.
That was a
Fun fact,
great choice.
The Speedo decision happened at about 8:45 the morning of, because we were getting ready and roommate Shane comes in and he's like, we were talking like, oh man, next year we'll have to get Speedos. And Shane goes, I have a Speedo. Hunter
No
and Shane are about the
way.
same size.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, Hunter tried it on and boy,
The American flag just made it better too.
Fucking
If it was the
nice.
black, if it was a black Speedo, it wouldn't have been that great. The American flag just made it
Oh yeah.
like gold. Just
Did
gold.
you send the photo you took of me to the group chat? Because
I think, but I will again.
do you know what the first thing Riley saw me after I changed and then just started cracking up. You know what the first thing this motherfucker says to me?
cheeks?
No, he's got tears in his eyes. He just goes, "Why are your balls so big?"
Yeah, man.
Wait, with like,
Hunter's
these-
got big balls.
see a picture of these
I'm
ginormous
sending it.
balls. Oh my god!
Hunter, were you concerned that the boys were gonna fly out at any point during the day?
Very much.
So, dude, I started getting some rubbage pretty close.
Oh,
but,
I bet. I
it was
bet.
just because of the pants. Once I took the pants off, the rubbage ended.
Get some chafing going.
Yeah, I will show you the photo. I have
Was
I
it.
it bad
saw
by the end of the day?
so much old man dick.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Oh.
nice.
So
that
what
is some
happened-
old man dick.
Tonnage in
What
the
happens
stomach.
before you run it? So what this event is pretty much. I think it was 900.
That's my favorite one. Right up on
Those
the
are-
ramp.
Those are some beefy loins right there. Those are
I
some.
sent the photo of your
Ah.
ass. Yeah, I sent the photo of your ass with you smiling to my brother. He goes, "This is so much worse because of the enjoyment Hunter has. Because you have a
Dude,
He's
smile on
loving it.
while I'm taking a photo of your juicy-
Colford made me laugh while you were taking
At
photos. of him.
graduation.
Yeah, and my brother goes, "It makes it so much worse that he's loving this."
yeah.
So what the Penguin
my
Plunge is
God.
essentially 900 people show up to the beach and we jump into the ocean.
Woohoo! In the winter.
It was 40 degrees out and the water was 38 degrees
In
out.
February.
That's
Yes.
fucked up.
And yeah, it was the beginning of February. And it was an awesome experience though. So what happened is they call out our wave because they send out about 8 waves of people, probably like 150 each, 125 each.
That's pretty
Yep.
cool.
Hello?
The big
Jeez.
ones.
Yeah.
The shipping container? It was a shipping container.
You're going to have to repeat all that because you guys just froze.
You froze.
Me and Davis just kind of looked up
Me and
at each
Hunter
other.
just sitting here like.
My audio picked it up. It was a
Okay.
shipping container of just with a heater in it. Like they just had like 12 shipping containers with heaters in it. There's nothing in them. You walk in and there's just a tarp to cover the entrance.
That's
walk
awesome.
Kind of creepy.
And it's just empty. And we somehow managed to be the first ones in there. So we got changed and then we turn around and there's just like 15 old naked dudes. pretty much-
I saw some tiny penises.
Well, that's it. That's the thing. We'll get there. So
We'll get to the
We'll get
tiny
to the-
penises, sure enough.
because we're so they send us into these shipping containers pretty much with the heater, and you go and because you don't show up in a fucking Speedo.
I would hope not.
Yeah, you show up like fully dressed for winter, and you go, you change because these are on the beach pretty much, right at the beach. And then they call you out. They're like, all right, let's go. And then you just run from your thing, essentially just straight to the ocean. So
I showed up in a Speedo.
We know.
Shut up.
We know.
So we run to the ocean. They have all the thing. We just sprint down. Hunter does his heroic trot.
Yep. In slow motion, Baywatch.
I was just gonna say, I felt like I was in Baywatch.
Hasselhoff doing his
What
thing.
happened with me was I was in slow-mo because there was a veteran in front of me with a big flag, and I couldn't cut him off.
So watching the video, you two are like jogging excessively slow, and then there's just Hunter. He's actually jogging in slow motion. Like he's not moving forward at a normal pace.
He's jogging, and his body is moving in slow.
He's moving in slow motion.
I felt like body moving from Don't Fuck with Cats.
Just moving with the flow.
And so we jump in, we do all these things. You run, you know what the worst part was? I think I had the worst of all. Because I'm all in on Speedo next year because of what I've experienced this year. I had the penguin suit and then normal clothes. The penguin suit absorbed 60 pounds of freezing cold water.
Ooh,
so it was
not
essentially like I was inside an ice pack when I jumped into the ocean, and then I got up and still had the same soaking coldness, like wetness, because it absorbed like 60 pounds of water. So if you watch the video, you see me jump in, then come out screaming and rip the costume off before I'm even out of the water. Like that's how cold it was, that I would rather let my toes remain in this water while I take this.
Yeah.
He also lost a shoe.
I did lose a pair of shoes.
No shit.
Because I ate shit, I fell, and then a wave came by. The current came in and sucked my shoe off.
Took your shoes.
Yeah, so it took my sock and shoe. So then I'm barefoot walking back now.
Oh man.
Well, you know what you needed, Riley, instead of that penguin costume? You needed a waterproof backpack. That's what you needed. That's what you needed. You needed a waterproof backpack. That would have worked. That would have kept you warm, nice and toasty.
Yeah, it would have.
Should have taken. Dave was right the whole time.
Dave was way far above us. So you know what sucked even worse was I'm running out and they go, Penguin Man, you lot. So I had these weird foot things. Pretty much the penguin suit had these flippers. Yeah, they had these flippers that you put over your shoe. And I thought they were like, here's your shoe, because I saw my shoe, but it was about 20 feet out in the water now. It's like it floated. I saw it out there, but I was like, I had one shoe on.
I'm sorry, shoe.
Yeah. It's like the scene from Castaway. Wilson, I'm sorry. You're not going back in the water to save him. You're just like, you know what? I'm going to take my chances.
They're like a 2-year-old pair of running shoes. And I was like, I had one on my foot, and I was like, I'm good.
That would have been such good content if someone just got you just on your knees on the beach, just screaming to your shoe as it slowly floats away.
Next year, I'm wearing a Speedo and Yeezys.
But yeah, so someone calls me back to the lady on the intercom is like, Penguin Man. And I'm like, is that me? Am I I didn't have my penguin suit on anymore. I was carrying it like a dead carcass. I just skinned.
you found a large penguin carcass during the penguin plunge.
Yeah. And I'm carrying it. She goes, Penguin Man, you're flipper. And I was like, I don't fucking want that. Like, I want to get back into my warm storage container.
Give me in the storage container.
They go, Penguin Man, and he just goes, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I love how they say it as if you're a superhero.
Right.
Who can help us? Penguin Man, shut up.
Penguin Man can't help us unless he's fully footed.
What will we do without Penguin Man?
So I get to the end of the thing, and I take my other shoe off, throw it out, and then I throw out the penguin suit because it was literally like 60 pounds of frozen water. And we go back to the tent. My dick looked like a lemon. Okay. Like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. You know how
I don't know how to, just a lemon.
It looked like a corn. I said it to Hunter at the time. I said, my dick looks like a cornucopia if you sewed the end shut.
Yeah.
Oh,
It made me have a foreskin again.
Yeah, I had an excessive because we just jumped into 30-degree water. So it literally it slurped back into itself, you know? But I think the lemon's the best way to put it, because you know how the lemon, it starts off like small, gets big, and then goes
and then
back
it kinda
small.
just
It was like
comes to a tip.
my dick looked like, I looked at Just Dave's dick, and it was, Hunter, you know how you say your dick is just a bop it
I
button?
look at just Dave's dick.
His dick was literally
Just
just a
Dave's
Goomba placed on his crotch. Like there was no shaft. He didn't have a shaft at all.
I wanted to look and see what else everybody was working with, but I didn't want to be what is
Everybody
it?
else is working with.
That's the moment when you know you're true friends. Is when you learn. You
What do
walk
they-
out of
what do they
cold
fuck
water.
with?
You look at your friend's dick and you go, "I accept you."
Yeah, right.
You look at their dicks and you go, looks like a Goomba.
The thing that made it so much worse was we accidentally skipped a wave. So we were in group F, but we got changed quickly, and we just, I guess, unbeknownst to us, went with group E because they hadn't left yet. Pretty much you go to like a gate and then they do a countdown, and we ended up getting there for group E's like countdown. So when we got back in, I'm in here screaming about how my dick looks like a sewed up cornucopia, and there's like 15 naked dudes from our actual wave getting ready. They're just like,
Hey, what's up, boys?
yeah.
Looks like you guys just got out of the water.
Do you think that's a kink for some people?
Small
What?
dick.
Dick?
Shriveled up, freezing cold dick.
Shriveled up lemon dick?
No, let me look it up.
Please don't.
Shrivel.
Let me see if it's a category.
On Pornhub.
Yeah, I got it. I got it in my favorites. So, yep, already on it.
Shrivel dick.
It was a really cool experience. I'm hoping the rest of the guys can join us next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be lit.
Be there with us next year.
Yeah, we'll do even more crazy shit for charity
Exactly.
to donate.
Davis, maybe you can make it up for a weekend. Who knows? But
We'll
I'm,
I would
I'm
love
hoping.
to. I would
Yeah,
love
I'm
to.
hoping-
Well, if it's gonna be the same weekend as the meetup again, we'll figure it out. Long time away.
It's a year away, so we got time.
Time to plan.
But
Time to plan.
I'm excited. I want to do it again next year. We're doing it again next year.
Yeah, and do it
Um,
bigger, do it better.
That's the plan. So I think really what we can do now, I think we can grow with our community and have a bunch of people help out.
Yes.
So we already have a bunch of people from Podcast NH that are willing to go. So I know Meter from the captain of Podcast
Captain.
New Hampshire, he's reeling and ready to go. And I think we're going to try to recruit some more from Podcast New Hampshire. I think next year the plan is to kind of do what most people do and have people individually fundraise for themselves.
I don't
know what
he's doing.
But we'll be the catalyst for the team, so we get to
Yeah.
claim like, we don't.
Aren't those things supposed to go in your ears, Hunter?
I usually put them in my ass.
Did you guys? I had to have surgery when I was younger because I used to stick stuff up my nose so much.
That's fucking hilarious.
No, never.
It was a Cocoa Puff for me.
Was it? You had to have Cocoa Puff surgery?
Uh huh.
No shit.
I put 4 magnets from Chutes and Ladders, like the mini board game version. We had these mini magnetic versions, and I just like stuck them up my nose, and I got like 3 of them. I got 3 of them stuck in my navel cavity.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I remember that like we went to one doctor. We went to the emergency room that night. Like I remember what it was I used to chill. I was the youngest, so I had to go to the bed earliest. But like you never go to bed when you're the youngest.
No,
like
no,
you
you just
sit up
lay
and
there.
do shit because you're waiting for other people to
Did
go
you
to
put a
bed.
battery in your nose?
No, I put magnets up my nose,
Oh.
bitch.
Mom, look what I can do.
Yeah,
Magnets in my
magnet,
nose.
bitch.
So I distinctively remember. I don't have many memories from before like age 10. This was like age 6, and I just remember sitting on my top bunk and just fucking sticking Chutes and Ladders.
Snorting magnets.
Yes,
Snorting magnets.
snorting little game piece magnets up my nose, and then 2 of them got because I used to snort them and then I would take them out.
You're a weird dude.
Kid, you're a fucked up kid.
And
Take them out.
2 of them just they went too far, you know.
So you're telling me that you put board game pieces in your nose? Did your family play with this game
No, these were like
after the fact?
board games. Like these are. Think of a stocking stuffer at Christmas.
Hunter, stop.
Why are you that looks like a gross baby carrot.
Like, are you that bored right now? We have to stick stuff up your nose and then show us the boogers that are residing on those things. Are you that bored right now?
My boogers are gross right now because I did a whole I did a demolition in my home today. I took out a bunch of fucking walls and shit. So like, there's just been dust in the air, and I've spent
Adult stuff.
adult
Dude,
stuff.
my boogers were black this summer from
Mine-
landscaping. Dude, I would have the blackest boogers come out of my nose.
I've gone one further. Mine are white,
Oh,
not yellow, white, because
Mine are orange because I have coronavirus.
they've surpassed the dirty like black boogers
Gross.
to white. White it's like fire. You know how fire it goes like yellow, orange. If you get real hot, it gets blue, and then if you get real hot, it gets white. That's how boogers work.
White boogers.
Boogers right now.
That's disgusting.
Thank you. I don't know what I was saying. Hunter really derailed.
Hunter is just
Hunter's going off with his Kobe.
he's just so bored right now. He's shooting like a tissue at the camera.
I'm
He's
very
picking it up and then
my roommate's doing boxing practice,
Let's hope he's doing
and
boxing
the
practice.
punching bag is directly below my room, and our room's just been an earthquake. My room's been in earthquake mode
Yeah.
for best hour, and I'm hoping it hasn't picked up. I think it
I haven't heard.
I
a
haven't
thing.
heard.
fantastic because me and Kyle have
We've just been moving this whole
rattling
time.
for like an hour now.
You just punching that bag up there,
He's been punching the bag.
Punching the fuck out of the bag.
It's been a while.
beating that bag.
It's been a consistent rhythm.
It has good for stroking.
Yeah. Stroke. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Let me hear you say "way ho."
Way-ho!
Say boom boom. Let me hear you say way ho.
Way-ho!
You guys have anything to talk? I have some stuff. You got anything? I think we're good on the penguin plunge. It was awesome. We hope to be back next year. Me and Hunter are very appreciative of absolutely everyone who donated. We love you guys so much. Like, it means the world to us that our friends, family, listeners, you guys contributed to this cause. And
Y'all confirmed have swag.
You guys are
You
all
ready for next year?
You guys, I have become a friend of all your podcasts. If you had one,
if you have one,
if you have a podcast or decide to make a podcast one day,
And
you have a friend, and that's me.
Just look at all our friends. Glenn thinks stuff.
that's it.
That's it.
all our friends. That's all we have.
But yeah, it was so. With that though, we're on to the 2020 stream.
2020!
Riley. Brother's Snapchat story. Look where he is.
Your brother in Plymouth State.
He's at Plymouth State on an overnight right now, and look
Ah.
at that blue light in a room.
That means he's at a party.
He's probably
Drinking
going to a
alcohol.
party.
Was he at
Sunday
basketball
night?
house? Was he playing
I-
ball
No, he's probably gonna run there if anything. He's not gonna ball there.
there? Okay, no, their cross country, track and field stuff are nerds, so I don't know.
They're going to grab
Tell
some booty.
Tell him to ball.
He might. I mean, he could play ball there too. I mean, he definitely could play if he wanted to. I just don't know if he wants to.
We have pretty good
I'll
ball.
ask him.
Weirdly,
Tell him
They
to
are.
play
No, they are a
rugby.
good team.
yeah, oddly enough. Yeah, shout out Plymouth State.
Shout out to their
Shout out brother
basketball.
Evan. I still want to one day have a bonus episode where we have Corey,
Brothers,
Evan, and Taylor host the
brothers.
podcast.
All
Yeah.
the bros.
That'd
I would
be
love
such a
that.
shit podcast.
I would love that.
But yeah, so with that, we're on to 2020. The 2019 Penguin Plunge is in our rearview mirror. And what that means is it's time to gear up the charity bin again.
Charity bin bin.
It's back.
Let
Charity bin has gotten an upgrade. It is a penguin now. All right.
me see.
Now.
Penguin.
I don't have it. It's in the studio. We're in my room right now.
Gotcha.
So
Like this penguin.
it looks like a penguin. Okay. That's what our charity bin is now. And we have begun the fundraising for the 2020 Penguin Plunge, or 2021, I guess. Next
Well,
year's
yeah.
Penguin
So
Plunge.
it was
Go Guardians.
probably 2021.
So-
No, this is for 2024.
So with that, our
Like the
first,
Olympics.
we do have our first money contributor to next year's jar.
What?
The XFL started.
Go Guardians. Go Guardians.
The XFL is electric.
I
For all
love
of
it.
you that don't know, Vince McMahon, owner of WWE, creator of WWE, has reinvigorated the XFL.
It's awesome.
Is it extreme?
Extreme.
Extreme
Yeah.
football league.
It's 1 week after the Super Bowl.
And
Absolutely.
it's electric. It's
It's
electric.
It is. It
It is
really
so
is.
electric.
Like
It's
on a real
fast.
note, like it's hilarious that they walk like some guy will fumble the game will be lost because of him, and they'll walk up and be like, "Hey, you just fumbled. How you feeling?"
The live interviews are insane. The live updates on the gambling spreads and over and under, and
I
the
like
commentators talking about it as if it's a normal part of the game is amazing.
Is fantastic.
Commentary is fantastic.
Good. I think what they realized. So, if you've been following the Plunge, we had an ongoing bet with the AAF, the American Allegiance of Football, and that league
Folded.
so we all lost money on it.
No one
Boo.
saw it coming either, which was incredible.
We stopped following it for like 3 weeks, and then we were finally ready to jump back in. And we're like, "Oh, and it's shut down."
Dude,
Yeah.
I've watched one game of my New York Guardians, and I might be a lifelong fan.
Their
Like,
defense
they-
is amazing.
They
Their
are
running back has
the
legs the
team
size of a
to
gorilla.
beat in the XFL. I might go to a game. I might go to MetLife and go to see a game.
That'd be
It
pretty
looks
cool.
like my team is the number one ranked preseason. The Tampa Bay Vipers.
Vipers
I
were
don't
up there.
even know what
My
team
team
I
was
had.
up
They
there.
played it too.
Davis's team.
They lost to the Guardians.
Davis's team kicked ass. Their defense is amazing, and their running
big.
back Victor is huge. His legs are like a gorilla's legs.
So
He's
DC's
fucking
team,
massive.
I know has. Anytime I hear a player who's been a backup for a long time in the NFL or like was in
Landry
the
Jones.
Landry Jones,
Landry Jones.
Cardale
Cardale
Jones,
Jones.
Cardale
Cardale
Jones.
Jones.
He's pretty
I-
good.
Anytime I see someone who was formerly like, it doesn't even like they're all scrubs in the NFL.
Oh,
if I hear
yeah.
their name and they were in the NFL, I go, oh,
I was
that's nasty.
I was saying that the other day. Like I was just like, oh, I recognize this guy's name. This team must be good.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing with my team. What was my fucking team in the AAF?
I don't remember.
It was
Jesus.
the black and gold team. The
I don't
black
remember
and
my
silver
team.
I don't remember.
And all I remember is they had Trent Richardson, and I was like,
That was electric. Electric.
I was like, former number 4 pick Trent Richardson's running my team.
The fans of the XFL are amazing.
It's awesome.
They're lit like
The
a college
XFL
team.
might actually be here to stand. But
I
with
think it
that,
will be.
we are all getting in on the XFL.
Dallas Renegades.
So I don't think we're making rules that we have to each have a different team. I think you can pick a team and like it. We're all paying $10.
I just took an open team.
Yeah. We're all paying $10 to the bin.
Yep.
Right at the start of this year. I have the Tampa Vipers. We've done a draft like 4 months ago in the AAF. Not the AAF.
That was a little
When
while.
they first announced the teams, we did a draft.
When
Yeah.
we first announced what the teams were, we did a draft. I don't really remember what they were. I just remember I had the Tampa Bay Vipers. I know we gave you the New York team. I know
Yep.
we gave Dave the DC team
Mhm.
because he's
Yes.
Dave.
I think those are the only two assigned. Like you assigned
I
me a
think
team and
I
Dave a
had the
team.
Battlehawks.
No, I think you had the Dragons because you
I
got
did have the
Seattle-
Dragons.
You have the Seattle
You have-
Dragons.
Yeah, you have the Dragons. We're gonna. So yeah, you had the Dragons. I know Tuba has the Battlehawks,
Mhm.
the St. Louis team.
St. Louis Battle.
I know Joe has the Houston team because he says fuck Dallas because Joe was born.
I got Dallas.
Joe was born in Texas, but he hates Dallas. So
Kyle's got the Dallas team.
I took Dallas instead.
Black-
Who's got the
Black-
Orlando team or Tampa Bay?
Black-
Sorry, Tampa Bay.
I have Tampa Bay.
You got Tampa Bay.
Black, is there an Orlando team?
No,
No.
it was a mistake.
no,
okay.
that was a fake team.
Black
that was made
Taylor
up on
is
the
also
internet.
in on this. I think other people are joining. I think we're gonna probably have like $100 to
We'll
the bin.
probably
for
have
this.
$100. Yeah.
We're just saying whoever doesn't lose, whoever's team wins, wins their money back.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, it's just a low stakes start to the.
Just
bin
another way to
here.
give.
Yeah,
It's
another
a
way
way
to
to- we're gonna get a little bit. Of
Hopefully
money.
it goes under, and then we have to double down.
Boom. I'm down for
Okay.
that.
Thanks for that side of positivity, Hunter. Really
Second
Hey,
appreciate
that's
you.
positive for charity, you piece of fuck.
Second time's the charm. We're now waiting on our third football league. That's not the NFL.
Mm.
to
Yep.
set it up.
We're-
So yeah,
we're
that's
desperate.
the first start. With that, though, we are saying X-nay to all of our former rules. So, Hunter, I tell you, go on.
And Riley, I call you a cunt.
Cunt.
Hey, can we
Go
settle
on,
down,
cunt.
please, before I get really pissed off and just you know what? I am so sick of everyone treating me like I wasn't a big part of this podcast. Okay, I was there at the start. And then you just had to fire me on the anniversary. Notre Dame was a decent team. Notre Dame was a decent
Oh
team
my
last year.
God,
Okay,
Rudy's
that's
getting
all
red.
I gotta say. Rudy was onside. She was not offside.
Yeah.
And Brady's coming back.
No, it's not, dude.
A year of just pent up anger.
Kyle,
Fuck.
I don't know. I don't think I did.
I don't know if you were as regular of a host when we made the rules.
No, not at the time. I wasn't.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, you were like friend of the podcast, Kyle, at the time because we made those early on.
those were real.
Very early.
I think that was probably
Very.
episode 30.
Oh, you know what
Yeah.
else we can do? Joe's a fucking Muslim. Haha.
So our former rules are out the window. If we what were they? It was if Tuba talks, money.
$5.
That was a great
Yep,
one.
$5.
That was still the best one.
Yep. If I say go on, $5. If Hunter makes me edit, essentially,
Yes. if you make-
$5. If anyone makes a Muslim joke towards Joe, $5. If
Yep.
Colford has his Siri or Alexa go off, $5. If you, Davis, have an angry outburst, $5.
Meltdown. Yeah.
If we say the word cunt, that's $1.
Oh, rest in peace, cunt.
If you jewel on Mike, that's $1. We're gonna keep that one going.
We are going to keep that
Yeah.
one.
we can't let that one slide.
There'll be a little rollover.
Yeah, that that one's rolling over for my sake. But yeah, it's a new year. We're an entirely different podcast than we were a year ago.
Mhm.
So it's time to make some new rules. I think we have to make one for every host, but I think we'll let them introduce their own.
I gotta think.
I
of it.
have one for me.
Okay, let's hear it.
Every time I'm late to recording.
That's fair. That's a good one. That is a good one. That is $5 every time the hunt. Oh, fuck. I got to write this down.
I got it.
Thank you.
I got a pen paper here.
So every time Hunter is late to recording or makes us delay a recording because of
I don't think
Wait,
delays
me
usually
out,
aren't my
hear me out.
fault.
Hear me out. Because of your individual communication issues. This is one of those, we have the entire episode ready and they're like, hey, no, I'm not going to be there. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't read the chat despite you
No,
planning.
not sometimes. I never read the chat.
Never reads the chat. $5 for him.
Yep. Hunter delays recording.
Okay.
$5.
$5.
Davis, what could yours be? Oh boy. He just smiled.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do,
What
Scoob?
others are out there? Let's just Dave.
Just Dave.
What can we make for just Dave?
Hold on, I gotta.
Oh,
My laptop's dying. I get my
I
charger.
think
should
we
be
moved the
easy.
Hunter rule to just Dave.
What's the Hunter's rule again?
If Dave makes me edit, because
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one.
all right, if Dave makes me edit, $5. I think that should just be a general rule. If you make me edit
No.
the podcast,
No, that's gonna be so much.
it's not. We barely edit.
What about really?
No, edit's a bad term. Cut. If you make me cut something, $5. I think that's a general rule because we had a couple all rules. The all rule is if you make me cut something, $5.
That should be $1 because it happens more frequently. It can
It
replace
doesn't.
cunt.
It doesn't. It's $5. You know what it is too? Because sometimes we'll say something like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Be like, oh, okay, that's $5 then. They'll be like, leave it. Or
Fuck it.
yeah, see? So, good. All right, make Riley edit. $5. All. That's an all.
That's an
rule.
all.
That is an all rule. Can we make a tuba rule? If
No, I
tuba,
think
if
if he
tuba talks
talks.
about sports,
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah, if he shifts a conversation,
are
to sport,
no, if Tuba brings up sports like
without it be
out of nowhere or
Yeah.
Kobe,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say
every-
if he says Rip Kirby at any time, like that should be
No,
$15.
anytime he brings up Kobe.
No. I think if anytime he out of the blue brings up sports,
I don't believe it.
doesn't naturally fit the conversation, $5.
Like when he tries to make a sports comparison to relate to
Yeah.
the topic that
And
we're
he-
having.
Like stud on the conversation, like $5. What
That
can mine
seems
be for
reasonable.
the new year? I'm excited to be able to go on again. I'm gonna be honest.
Go on.
Go on. Yeah. It's been holding me down for so long.
Should we just make it go on again? I don't.
No, because I'm good at not saying it now. Like
Not true.
we gotta train me.
We
up
should
on
change Riley's to But every
Can't say
time
but
Andy says,
that's his
but,
way of continuing or
No, I don't.
keeping
But
forward
I go,
the podcast.
no. I don't do that. I cut you off by going, yeah, but I go, yeah, so I do, yeah,
So yeah. Anyway, yeah.
yeah. Okay, you want to do that?
what was his?
How are we going to continue the show if I don't? Yeah, so.
There's just gonna be long
We're
silences.
about to
and
go on. This is a go on show.
Okay, I have go on. All right, so if Riley says yeah, so, or any sort of combination of that to continue the show.
Oh, why don't we do every time Riley talks about his new house or working a lot?
Every time he brings up the
I feel
link.
like that's part of the fucking show now. though.
No, it shouldn't be. No one gives a fuck that you work a lot.
All right, work a lot. But isn't the house stuff kind of part of the show? Like
House stuff is fine. I meant more of like, yeah, I work like 80 hours this week. That's said at least once an episode.
Anytime
All right, as
Riley
long
has
as-
his work
Not this
As
episode.
long as the additional one for you is talking about how much schoolwork you have to do.
Ah!
Yeah,
Is his workout?
When do I ever say that?
I'm just putting it out there.
You know, you say a lot. I'm here to pick a bone. You always go, yeah, dude, I'm fucking tired. I don't know if
I am tired. That has nothing to do with school. I'm just a
Shut
lazy
the
sack of
fuck up.
shit.
I'm tired. I've been up since like 6 o'clock this morning. I wake up at 5 every day, and you come in and bitch being like, dude, I had to wake up at 5:30 today.
The married couple
I
is hitting
don't
some
give
sore
a
spots.
Like the other day when we went down to Jersey, you're like, yeah, I woke up at 5 for class. And I was like, dude, I wake up at this time
Yeah.
every day. I don't
No,
give a
I was tired because I woke up at 5 and went to the gym and then went to school and then drove all the way fucking back and we did the same fucking
Oh
drive.
my God, I'm the rest of all of the fucking world. Oh my God, I woke up at 5, a decently normal breakfast time. Fuck you.
Why don't hey, go work 80 hours and tell us again that you own a house.
Period of
All
time.
right, okay. But you know what? That's what this is for. So some new rules. Hunter complains about having woken up early. It's $5.
Even if
I
it's one in the
literally
afternoon.
never do that. I don't do it
You
on
do
the
that
show.
literally if
I
it's one
don't
in
do
the
it on the
afternoon.
show.
Then
You
you have nothing
big
to worry about.
wet cunt.
Then you have nothing to worry about.
Hunter, okay, yeah. About waking up early. What was mine? What did we?
Every time you talk about working a lot of hours.
Work hours.
Okay.
Like, oh, I worked 80 hours this week. That's what.
Yeah, I work like 66 hours. I worked like 120 hours this pay period.
I love it. When he says pay period, this is nuts. When he says pay period,
pay period is like the key finisher.
This is like the penultimate form of just talking
I
shit.
can never. I can
way.
never flex like
It's pay
with 50
period.
hours this week, but the pay period.
The
Let me
pay
tell you about the
period.
pay
the
period.
pay
Wanna know what
period.
hours I worked this pay period?
You know what it is?
What
You
about another one of Riley talking about how much he pays in taxes now?
you pay a lot of taxes. I think that's
don't
more
know.
of just me talking to you, though.
Yeah.
I think that's us talking on the side more.
Yeah.
All right. I need another one though. I do need another one because Hunter has 2 now, so I need 2 now. I think that's only fair as the main host.
Did anybody see what Colford said to Davis's text?
I was just gonna look better than donating.
Oh boy.
Oh my god! No one read it out loud. Do not read it out loud.
Just Dave did receive a lot of compliments because he kind of he was more of himself in the last episode we had him on, and people liked it.
People love Dave.
All right, wait, we got to make one more for me though because Hunter has 2 $5. I think that's only like it is fair
That
that
makes
both of
sense.
us have 2 $5 ones, but
Yeah, because we do twice as much work as the rest of you.
oh, you do? Oh, you do?
Yeah, dude, I come in and I bring fucking heat. Check Kyrie.fm.
Hell yeah!
Bring Steve by leaning back on his bed and shooting tissues at the camera. Yeah, leave him lounging. He's bringing the heat now. Look at those loins.
What can we make for me? Fuck. I don't even know. Every time I forget to upload Plunges and Dragons, $5.
When's the last time you guys have uploaded an episode for that?
3 weeks ago, which is, you know,
owe $15.
I would if we had this rule. So that might be a good rule.
That sounds like a decent rule.
I need Hunter approval as the host of this show.
I'm gonna say we put that as an interim rule until something better comes up.
What? Okay, for now. Okay,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now, the rule is Riley forgets to upload P&D.
The interim rule, because once you get into the schedule, you don't miss an episode. So I feel like that's not fair to me if you only have one rule.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if there's $5 on the line, I'll probably be like, no, gotta do it.
Yeah.
But instead, today I spent 8 hours in my bathroom.
Dude, Hunter's just holding back right now. He's fuming.
Davis, what can we do for Davis?
I don't really talk about much.
Every time he talks about not blue star, pink starburst.
That hasn't been a thing in forever.
Doesn't come up anymore,
That
yeah.
doesn't come up anymore. I let that go. I moved on.
He moved on.
Although Davis still has to give me that giant bag of pink starburst that he got me for Secret Santa.
He does.
So I got to eat all those. So it might come back up. Who knows?
What is Davis has mic issues. $5.
Every time I come in and I can't figure out how to use my fucking mic.
Yeah, every time we have to explain technology to Davis. All right.
Every
Davis-
time I sound like a toaster when I first come in.
Davis
I have to
has
donate.
tech issues.
Every time it
$5.
sounds like he's broadcasting from a TI-84.
Yeah. Okay. Kyle.
I'm gonna write that down for myself just so I don't forget.
What do we do for Kyle?
Every time Kyle doesn't speak for more than 10 minutes.
I just start zoning out. If I zone out, I owe $5. Like I just start looking at the corner.
Wait, Kyle comes to recording sober.
I have to pay?
$5.
All right, I'll pay $5.
Yeah, right.
That's a deal.
Wait, if you show up sober, if you don't show up
If
sober,
I show up sober, I have to pay $5.
Yeah.
That's 10 out of 10.
that
That's a
sounds
great
very
rule.
easy.
All right, so we're not getting any money from Kyle this year, but
Yeah. I'll
So,
do my best.
for the
Every
rest
other
of the
one.
team, any blank team members, we are going to have them as soon as we get them on an episode, give their rule for the year.
I like that. That's
I like
cute.
that.
Deal.
You know who we need back on? We need D Team Willie.
Yeah.
Team Willie.
I don't think he's been on since pre-stream.
It's been a while.
I don't think he's been on since well before the stream, and then he came on the stream. That was 7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He would, yeah.
So like, he's been a while. We need Let's Get Educated. We need Professor Wilchies to teach us. Damn, I have a lot of topics, but we're running a little long today. As we kind of did a recap episode.
We just did a recap episode.
Honestly,
Save your
I love-
topics.
I love that. You know.
Yeah. We just chatted.
So we set our rules, which is fantastic. I do have one topic that I want to throw in there before we move on, and it's not even a topic for us. It's more of I have a bone to pick.
Boy, here we go.
My realtor. This actually has nothing to do with my realtor, more of the actual frustration caused because of them. They sent me a happy birthday card. My birthday was over a month ago at this point. Let's get that
This
out.
is the realtor of the house you own, correct?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
The house I bought,
The house you bought, the one you own,
5
right?
months ago.
Gotcha.
My realtor sent me a happy birthday card. I open up this card, and a fuck ton of confetti flies out.
Like projects out.
Nope, but like I open it like sitting up, so
it's
it
just-
goes
yeah.
everywhere.
It's a pain in the ass.
What the fuck?
People suck.
You know those like prank things where you can glitter bomb people?
Yeah.
You send
Yeah.
glitter to them, like, and it just fucks up everything.
Yes.
That's what this felt like. I opened up this envelope and I just got bombarded with this glitterish confetti. And
You
I've
just got
never been more
fucked by
pissed
glitter.
off at a kind gesture in my life. And yeah,
Fuck that.
that's it. I just want to know your
No
thoughts
gift
on it.
card or cash, nothing, just
No,
confetti.
it just said, wishing you a happy birthday. Here's a bunch of confetti. Fuck you. Bow. Like,
That's a funny thing to write in a birthday card.
fuck you too. Yeah, I was very angry. I had approximately 3 minutes of cleanup to do, and unbelievable.
That's not.
Unbelievable.
You
Another
sound
topic.
like Big Mike.
I'm becoming Big Mike lately. I bought a light bulb. I bought a pack of 2 light bulbs the other day.
I did too.
It cost $4.50. I left it there. Like, cause well, pretty much we bought a Home Depot bucket because we needed it for what we're doing in the bathroom next week. And we put all our stuff in the bucket, kind of as our bag. And I forgot to put the light bulbs in the bag. And I got home and realized I forgot the light bulbs. And I went back to Home Depot. I was like, "Hey, I forgot my light bulbs. Do you have them?" And they're like, "We put them away." I was like, "Cool. Can I go grab them?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure. You sure can." And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I went and grabbed my light bulbs for free.
And did you get excited for that, or?
Yeah, I was like, "Great, I got my light bulbs now." And that was a big Mike move. That was
Yeah. Getting excited about light bulbs.
Home Depot.
Yeah. Do you ever write
Yeah,
Do you ever write obituaries in your brain when you're like spaced out?
just for me.
For yourself? I've written my own obituary like 80 times.
Yeah,
I kind of write, instead of obituary, I write like my will. Like,
You write your will?
Who do I think would want this if I was just to go down tomorrow?
Just gone.
If I was just gone, like who wants this stuff if I just drop dead tomorrow?
Yeah, so like I do this often while driving to work because I have about a 30-minute commute and I space out often.
Yes.
I'll think of someone I'm close with, close enough to have read their eulogy, and I'll just write their eulogy in my head. Like most of the time I start tearing up though, because in my brain they've fully died. Like I've fully convinced myself.
Man.
How many times have you written my eulogy?
You like 3, but Big Mike probably like 9. I've probably read Big Mike's eulogy in my brain on my
9
commute
Big
like
Mike
9
eulogies.
times. And in
It
my
sounds like
brain,
a depressing way to go to work.
super depressing. Like I'll start thinking, because like Big Mike's like a coach. He did Little League coaching for like 10 years, and he's coached elementary school basketball for like 50 years. I'll start in my brain thinking of like all the kids coming back.
Oh
And
my god,
it's the
bro.
most depressing shit ever. Like, because then
That's
I
so
start
funny.
crying. Like I'm driving to work in tears.
That's deeply sad.
Dude,
Very
I
sad.
am starting to tear up thinking about this.
You got Hunter crying.
This happened. Yeah, right. I'm sitting here. It's like he's never a man who would take easily. He's a man who would go in after getting a Baconator and then complain about only getting 4 pieces of bacon instead of 6. That's why we loved him. Like
That is honestly though, that is kind of the worst when they don't put all the bacon on there for you.
I'm missing
Listen,
bacon.
I've
It's called a
seen-
baconator for a reason. Okay, put the
I've
fucking
seen
bacon
Big
on
Mike
there.
Grab his bag, open the thing in front of the lady. Go. That's only 5 pieces of bacon. Big Mike used to be a manager at Wendy's, I may add. He goes, "It's supposed to be 6." He then pulls over into one of the spots where they have you wait if they're super busy, like the ones right off of the drive-through, and he'll wait till they walk out and give him a container with like 4 pieces of bacon. He's like, "Thank you."
Oh boy.
And then he'll put in a complaint.
Oh
with-
my
He'll
god.
put in a complaint with corporate and get like a voucher for 3 free meals.
Oh my god.
This man has had HBO for free for 14 years.
Just keep swindling them out of
Swindling the people.
Game of Thrones
Free
did not end
HBO.
how I wanted it
He
to.
didn't even he doesn't use them. He will not stand being fucked over.
I stand Big Mike.
He's my hero.
Like he's never
He really
used.
is.
They'll give him like Showtime, Max, HBO for like 3 years, and he's like, okay. But he's never watched a single thing on them.
He's not even happy about it.
Yeah, he's the typical, "Let me speak to your manager." Like, "Sir, I am the manager." He's like, "Well, give me your manager." Big Mike has managed. He's probably spoken to CEOs of company. The amount of levels of "let me speak to your manager" he's gone to. He's spoken to like corporate finance, like, "Let me speak to your manager." Like, "Sir, my manager is the CEO of fucking Microsoft." They're like, "Well, give me Bill Gates."
Let me at him.
Yeah. Big Mike just bought jet skis, so
Yo.
I saw that.
Vroom,
Give me
vroom.
lit.
the lake house is finna be lit. Boys, I'm pretty drunk now.
Pretty drunk.
Yeah,
I wanted to put in one final anecdote
Yeah.
as I just I was scrolling Twitter and this just came in. Random female claims she had an affair with Baker Mayfield. Tweets out evidence. Baker's had plenty of trouble on the field of play in 2019, but when he doesn't need any issues off the field as he tries to come back stronger in 2020, random female and has her started posting text messages of them apparently having an affair.
Ooh. Wait, is Baker married? Or is she
Yes,
affair?
Baker's married.
Oh, Baker's married?
Baker's married. Yes.
Ooh, that's
So
not.
Baker is having a rough time right now. I don't know. That just came up, and I was like, I'm gonna put this in there because that looks bad.
That is not good for him.
With that, my brother just texted me. Brother Corey, I've been with him all day because he's been helping me in my bathroom. He had his food tasting today for his wedding because he's getting married next fall. And he just sends me a text of like 8 Tupperware to-go boxes full of like delicious, like high-end food. And he goes, dude, wedding tastings are awesome. This is just, he goes, this is just the leftovers.
That's awesome.
It's just a fuck ton of Tupperware.
Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, it's like steaks, shrimps, like chicken, shrimp, like. So yeah, shout out brother Corey for helping me.
Shout out.
And shout out Baker Mayfield for affairs.
I hope he makes it through this okay.
My love life's been interesting lately, but that's a topic for next week.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next
Hunter,
week.
let's hear about one official clothing, and then Davis, let's tell them about all your friends because you're friends of all podcasts. You can tell them all about your friends, the podcast that we're friends with. So Hunter, let's hear about official first.
Yeah, this episode is sponsored by Official Clothing. They are a brand rooted in hip hop and based out of Tucson, Arizona, by the homie Casual. If you are looking for affordable and comfortable clothes with their own unique designs of hip hop logos and remakes of old logos, go on over to official.com. That is OH, fish like a fish, and L like we're about to leave 2019 behind and start 2020, the year of the stun.
Okay, great ending of
Thank
the
you.
ad read. Now,
Okay,
Davis,
sure.
can you tell them? Well, you're friends of all podcasts, but I'd
All
like to
podcasts.
zone in on a specific group of podcasts. Mainly,
I'm talking about. We're going to talk about the Inner Circle Podcast Network and the
Ooh, I
shows
see
that are
that.
in there. So first off, we got HT Nos. Hashtag no offense with the kid. What's key?
with the kid Wutsky and the lovely Duchess.
The lovely Duchess, of course.
You
You,
don't
can
need her
find
to-
them.
The Duchess joined our group chat yet today, and I've never been more happy.
You can find them at HTNOS, HTNOS. That's how I spelled. Simmons and Moore, CMPC, the boy Bobby Moore, Adam Simmons, the gentleman, 27 Rings. Go give them a listen. The homie Casual with the Hood Diner podcast out all the way in Tucson, Arizona. Check them out.
My circle stay small.
Dude, that song was actually stuck in my head like the next day. I was like, I hope they post this video soon because I need to listen to this song
Right?
again.
Yeah,
Like, I need to hear it.
Shout out to Kaz and Joe B. They hopped
Joe
on
B.
the track. They made an Inner Circle rap song. We recorded a music video
No shit.
when we were
Yeah.
down, and like no one else was into it except like 4 of us. So me and Davis are in the
We're
background.
just bumping, we're
like,
chilling.
We're on a stoop, like yeah,
Hunter's dressed to the
Oh,
nine, bopping in the back. Just
yeah, like let's not let that go unnoticed. Hunter, we love you. You were Versace'd up in
Versace'd up.
all of Bobby's like swag, and you looked so good.
So good, but you smelled so bad. You were
Like, oh,
leaking.
shit.
You were leaking out of your asshole that day, and it smelled horrible.
Oh, yeah, it was.
But speaking of Joey B, you can find his podcast. Any Pod Will Do. Riley's brother,
No, it's
Mikey.
the Joby Show on the Inner Joby Network.
Right, of course. I gotta get that right. Next binary week when I'm on, I will get that right. So not next week, the week after when I'm back on.
Say
We'll get there.
binary.
Bi-weekly. I didn't say
Thank you.
binary. Did not say that. It's not my words. Your words, not mine. Shit happens when you party naked.
Your words, not mine.
Swiping.
Swiping. Go give them a listen.
Wavy, wavy.
And finally,
You're
I
about to
forget?
fail if you don't get it.
yeah, I was going to say Failing Hollywood. I was starting to mention them, then you interrupted with the binary thing. Failing Hollywood with Riley's brother,
Ooh,
Mikey Props.
Mikey T.
Mikey T.
Oh hell yeah!
Tea in
Hell
the
yeah.
studio.
And I'm a little upset. The news was broken to me last week that we are no longer at THE
You didn't
Plunge
know this?
Podcast. Someone I didn't notice it until Hunter brought it up. Then I
So,
checked and I was
Davis,
like, oh,
I gotta tell you, we did it for branding purposes because it's easier to just say, "Hey, we're at Plunge Podcast."
I understand.
Um,
I understand.
We actually had a whole.
I'm not taking it personal.
We
I'm not taking
had.
it personal.
I think this will make you feel better. We had a funeral for the.
And I wasn't invited.
If you check our show notes, it literally says R.I.P. the. So.
R-A-P-T-H-E.
Yeah, we had a full funeral for the week we moved over. It was a sad week. It was a somber week because me and Hunter, like, we carried that on in your essence. Like, we carried on
I appreciate that.
Plunge Podcast. And, you know, like, for branding purposes, we just moved it, but we had a funeral just for you. And, yeah,
It means the
R.I.P.
world. R.I.P. the. And
Where can they find us on Instagram?
so they can find the Plunge Podcast. If you want to find the THE Plunge Podcast on Instagram, you can find us at Plunge Podcast.
We are at P Lunge Podcast.
At P Lunge Podcast.
At PLU Podcast.
Plunge Podcast.
We tried that and it didn't work.
Hunter, where can they find us on Twitter?
At Plunge Podcast.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, shout out to our sponsors of this episode. Oh fuck, Adam and Eve, man. Sorry, Adam and Eve. You don't listen to our shit because we don't get enough listeners, so that's okay.
That's
Go
true.
to adamandeve.com or go to adameve.com. Use promo code Plunge for 50% off and 10 free items.
Mhm.
It's Valentine's Day, man. Get your
Yep.
fuck on.
It's a good time of the year to use it.
Get your goddamn fuck on. Get a dildo. Fuck your girlfriend. Get some lingerie. Get all the things. Promo code Plunge. And then shout out to our other sponsors, Official Clothing. Go to official.com, OHFISHL.com. Promo code Plunge, PLUNGE for 50% off. And then obviously our last sponsor of this episode, go to podcorn.com. Go to the link in our bio and click that link. You will be taken, get connected with people, with advertisers today to start making money on your podcasts.
Yeah.
This is another episode of the Plunge Podcast. I loved this episode, guys.
This was
Just
fun.
Good episode. Great episode. Great to see you
good.
guys. Great to talk to you guys.
Low and recap
Davis,
show.
Davis, welcome back to the team. We miss
Ah.
you.
Mhm.
It's it feels good. Feels a little petty or pity. Feels a little pity, but
Listen, it's not. There's no.
good to be
pity
back.
here. Like,
good to be back.
I got it. Like, life took over. You know, like
Life took over. It does.
you moved, and I think we're all settled in now, where we can hop back into OG Plunge. And I'm
Can
rare.
make this thing a thing.
Like last week, I was very excited to just be OG Plunge,
Yeah.
hanging out with you, because like even the inner circle guys, they've been listening like weekly since about
Early
episode
on.
40. Yeah, like episode 30, episode 40, and most of the Plunge they know is me and Hunter, but like they still when they know you, like they know the early days of the Plunge, they know you're the origins. It's like with HT where there's like, yeah, like 2 titties 2 rings, like you're that, like, and now you're back, and that's fucking awesome. We're very like me and Hunter, like, listen, me and Hunter can't say I'm drunk. I'm sorry. Me and Hunter
Get it out.
me and Hunter are very excited to have you back. Me and Hunter love the TAMPCs we do. We love it. It's us catching up a lot, but you add that dynamic that I think makes the Plunge. It's what the Plunge started on. It's what we all are, and it's able to, for all of us to kind of come in as friends and catch up and just have stupid fucking talks, and that's what this show is. And
That's what the
we're
show
glad
is.
to
I
have you
appreciate that. I'm glad to be back.
Glad to have you.
Cancel the contract. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye, Kyle.
Bye.
Bye, Kyle.
All right, I have to go, so I will talk to you boys later.
I'm about
Bye.
Oh, David.
Oh, jeez, we lost Davis right away. He just disappeared.
They're so gone. What the fuck?
That was fast.
They both